beef it out.
Y'all ready for final thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
It is time. We got week 12 of college football arriving on our doorsteps right now on a Thursday night. If you're watching this on an upload, you're checking us out on a Friday, welcome in. We are the Film Guide Network. Normally I do this. I'm standing up today. Got a little restless leg syndrome. Clemson at Louisville. Only thought on this football game, okay? And it's kind of been the thought about Clemson all year long. They're still talented. They're still really, really good in terms of Jimmys and Joes. They probably have a better roster on paper, at least, than Louisville. But they've had a better roster on paper than everybody but LSU on their schedule this year. So that being said, I do think Louisville probably finds a way to win this football game. But don't be surprised when you pull it up and it's tight.
Yeah, I mean, last year they had a better roster than Louisville, and it didn't matter in that one either. So
they got their face ran through.
The spread is relatively close, not even relatively close. Yeah, I mean, it's dwindled at that. So that is certainly one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, those Dabo Sweet, like teams like that where they have a lot of talent but they're playing so bad are so tough to lose to because their record says that they're bad. But the on-paper talent's very good. Like Auburn is a good football team. Florida is a good football team talent-wise. Clearly they haven't been able to win games, but it is still tough to beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a Louisville or a Louisville guy?
I kind of go back and forth, to be honest.
I'm a Louisville guy.
It's kind of like pecan and pecan. I go back and forth. It kind of depends on when I'm saying it.
Oregon's got some business to handle still, okay? I think they have to play this Minnesota game relatively with some style points as insurance just in case. They're not guaranteed entrance at 10-2 if they lose to USC next week.
No.
If they do lose to USC next week, they need to have a big-time, massive win the week before, and next week needs to look like a fluke if they end up losing that one. But I think they ultimately go on and handle their business, but this is not the one. Minnesota already randomly showed up and beat Nebraska. You're a far, far superior football team than Nebraska. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Minnesota does this every once in a while. Watch out.
Yeah, and it's definitely important too. Like as we've seen every single year with the playoff committee, it's really important about what you do in the month of November because those are the most recent talking points about these teams. The old adage of it's better to lose early than it is to lose late, it is absolutely true because those losses late in the year are weighed out a lot more than it is if you lose in week 1 and week 2. We kind of seen that with Notre Dame at the moment. Like that's kind of just brushed off to the side at the moment. So it is very important that Oregon closes out the season strong. This is a true test for USC, in my opinion, this weekend. Like, as weird as it feels to say that in a matchup against Iowa at home for them, I think it really is. Like, if you can win the trench battle with the rain and the weather that is going to occur this weekend in Los Angeles, if you can win the trench battle against this football team, like a Big Ten staple is that Iowa, no matter what, they're going to have good offensive line and defensive line players. They're going to be able to do it both ways. If you're able to line up against those guys, and defensively, you're going to hold up against them, you're going to stop the run game for them, and offensively, you're going to be able to get the run game going in this one. I think this kind of changes the thoughts around that program.
Weird question. Do you think the Coliseum's field holds water very well?
Probably not.
Probably doesn't get rained.
I mean,
that's a
$1 billion stadium, the NFL stadium they built out there wasn't even prepared for rain.
Yeah. It
has a ceiling with holes in it.
That's what I'm saying. I think it could be something to pay attention to. This Notre Dame and Pittsburgh football game, I've talked about this all week, and this is going to sound like a crack on Pitt. This is a crack on the current system we have in college football with these bloated conferences, specifically the ACC. The idea that the ACC is a 17-member school or member conference and they only play 8 conference games has created exactly what they got going on right now, where they have a ranked 7-2 Pittsburgh football team that's played one Power 4 football team with a winning record this year, and they've lost to Louisville. Okay, so this is a team in Pittsburgh that though they are ranked 22nd right now, we have no idea what they are or whether or not they are a quality football team. We'll find out a lot more this weekend, but I think Notre Dame is a quality football team. I know they're really, really good, and I think they roll.
Yeah, I want to stay kind of in the ACC a little bit talking about this. It's really murky right now, but I think we get a lot of things cleaned up this weekend. You've got Virginia and Duke playing each other. They're both 5-1. Someone's going to walk away from that with one loss. Georgia Tech plays Boston College. There is room for an upset there, but I think we're all pretty confident saying Georgia Tech's going to win that game. SMU's on a bye. Pitt obviously plays Notre Dame like we just talked about. Louisville plays Clemson. Miami plays NC State. There's going to be we're going to come out of this, I think, with a handful of less one-loss teams and maybe even some more two-loss teams. It's still going to be murky throughout the season, but I think the picture gets a lot more clear.
I want to add in on this Notre Dame-Pittsburgh game because I teased it a little bit earlier in the show. Like, I've really like honed in on my final thought for this one. I think that this is just going to be a CJ Carr masterpiece. That's my feeling going into this one. Pittsburgh good against the run. They do all of those things great, but the pass defense has been giving it up a little bit this year. And you're coming in against a quarterback that has increasingly gotten better and not only that, this offense has been explosive in the pass game. Like Brooks mentioned, like they got skill players out there. They have good wideouts out there. And CJ Carr playing good ball right now. I think that they're just going to throw it all over them. I think CJ Carr is going to have a big day. I think they're going to rout the Panthers.
USC has built their football program over the last 2 years to win that football game we're talking about in the rain a couple of minutes ago. All right, they've built their offense off running the football again like Lincoln Riley always has. If y'all remember, they were running the football for almost 200 yards a game during his time at Oklahoma in its heyday when they were at their greatest, right? With C.D. Lamb, with Baker Mayfield, with all those quarterbacks and all those Heisman winners, they were running the piss up out the rock. They're back to doing that out there at USC with what he has built, all right? So I think they have done that to win games like this in the Big Ten because this is a conference, unlike the Pac-12, where you got to win it at the line of scrimmage, very similar to that in the SEC. No coincidence, the bigger the budgets get, the better the offensive line and defensive lines get, okay? So this conference, built on line of scrimmage, built on controlling the clock and winning these types of football games in the margins, I think USC gets over the Big Ten hump a little bit this weekend against Iowa.
I could absolutely see it. I want to dive in on this Texas A&M South Carolina game. I think this game boils down to one word and one word only: catastrophes. This is a game of catastrophes. Who can create the most catastrophes? If Texas A&M's defense can catastrophically destroy the pocket for Lenore Sellers this weekend, is just constantly tackling him behind the line of scrimmage, making him roll out, all those types of things. If they do that on a consistent basis, Texas A&M is going to be fine. If South Carolina's defense can create catastrophes for this Texas A&M offense, which they have been able to do this year, that's one thing that Shane Beamer has been able to create with that defense over the last 2 years, is that they've been great in the turnover margin. They've been great at creating those situations, and it's been no different this year. So if they can replicate that, if they can bring that into this game on the road against Texas A&M, defense always travels. If they create enough catastrophes, they might be able to make it a little bit interesting.
Yeah, going into another, probably arguably one of the biggest matchups in the SEC this week, I want to talk about Alabama, Oklahoma.
Yep.
My final thought on this is I feel like outside of a blowout, either one of these outcomes is going to make sense. If Alabama wins this game, it's going to be, of course they won. They have Ty Simpson, John Mateer. That offense just could not do enough for Oklahoma to win that game on the road. On the adverse of it, if Oklahoma wins, I think it would also make sense where people come out and say, of course Oklahoma won. It was the best defense that Alabama had played all season. They were able to finally heat up Ty Simpson. Alabama can't run the ball, all of those things. I think it's the perfect definition of a coin flip game.
It's a great point in the sense that of all these top 12 matchups we've talked about in this conference all year long, this one feels the most obvious with regards to, that's the clear path to victory for that football team. Right? For Alabama, it's finding a way to be balanced. It's continuing the offensive success. It's protecting Ty Simpson. It's finding a way to run the football and maintaining defensive excellence, particularly with regards to defending the pass and keeping Oklahoma one-dimensional. For Oklahoma on the other side, right, it's getting after Ty Simpson. It's forcing turnovers. It's making that one-dimensional football team remain one-dimensional and then capitalizing on that one-dimensionality, one-dimensionalness. There we go.
Yeah, that works.
That'll be all right.
We understood what you were saying.
Hey, you got it. You were dialed. Florida's third stringers, pretty damn good. Go ahead.
I wanted to pile on this Oklahoma-Alabama game while we're at it. Both run games, we've talked about it a whole lot this week. Not going to come in here and say that one of these run games is just going to overpower the other. That's just not the reality for either of these teams. I think it's going to be who is more timely in the run game. Like, if John Mateer is able to pick up some third downs using his legs and he keeps the sticks moving for them, that's going to be huge. If Daniel Hill can have some timely runs for Alabama late in the game, pick up some first downs, keep them efficient in that regard, I think that's good. So, like, whoever has more timely runs, whoever can have the most impactful rushing attempts in this game, I think that could be a difference maker here.
Boys, there's an elite quarterback showdown going on late night Saturday night. Do you know about it? Have you heard? Are the streets talking? They should be. Josh Hoover versus Bear Bachmeier.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about it.
Those SOBs might throw it for 650 combined on Saturday night. 10-15 kick out there in Cougarland. Look out. It's going to be a good ball game.
This is my final thought, and I feel like it's one of the –
You wrapping bows?
Yeah, this is my final thought. We have probably one of the most consequential games for the postseason taking place this Saturday, and no one's going to watch it, and it's not really going to be talked about. Navy versus USF, and I feel like that is the perfect dichotomy of the system that we have right now. No one believes either one of those teams are going to make a run for the playoff, are going to be competing for national titles, yet that game will likely decide which of those two teams gets to go to the college football playoff. I think that perfectly shows how flawed this system is, and where we have these, charity cases of getting group of 5 teams in just because we have to do it.
I bet there's a weird world where, statistically speaking, the winner of that game is more likely to make the playoff than the winner of Texas and Georgia.
Probably.
Oh, I'm sure.
Probably.
I mean, if
Isn't that insane?
Texas loses, they're down to like 2%.
I don't know, though. If Georgia beats Texas, that probably shoots up to like a 97% chance, wouldn't you think?
I'm just saying. There are way, way, way more meaningful blue chip filled football games going on this Saturday, and the winner of them still got a whole hell of a lot of work left if they win a massive top 12 matchup. And this one, hey, if you beat Navy by 12 points, you're done.
Agreed.
Go beat whatever's left on your, American Conference schedule. But it is a deep conference. I don't mean to make a shout at, or make a slight at the American. Hey, guess what, boys?
What's up?
We have a whole nother hour.
Ooh.
Some people say it's our best hour. Local hour coming up next. Hey, we'll take a quick minute to give a shout out to our friends over at Sleeper. What a great time to be here on this network this year, but also a great time to be with our friends over at Sleeper. Go over to Sleeper today, the #1 place for daily fantasy and prop plays. Sleeper Picks is a real money product that connects friends over picks. Choose 2 to 8 of your favorite players from pregame, live, or even across different sports. Pick more than or less than the predicted stats. It's that simple. On Sleeper, you can get up to 100x payouts. Share with your friends and get rewarded today. Use promo code Brooks, as you see on the screen, on Sleeper and get 100% deposit match up to $100. Again, that's sleeper.com/promo/Brooks. Terms and conditions apply. Boys, as you know, we're about 28 minutes at the time of this ad read from the kickoff of NFL Sunday. So go ahead, run over to Sleeper right now. I'll give you permission to leave the stream actively. Go over to Sleeper, get a play in right quick, and get paid. We appreciate those folks over there at Sleeper. Again, that's promo code Brooks over there on Sleeper.